Okay, so we're going to be putting in the Dolphin pool machine. We have two different pool machines. This is the larger of the two, and it will most often go in the large pool. We will either put it in here, on this end of the pool where the water's more shallow. There's another plug-in on the other side of the pool where the water is deep. We alternate every night which side it's on, just to make sure that each side gets cleaned about the same. So first thing you need to do when you're putting this machine together is put together the bags. They'll usually just be sitting like this in the room next to the machine. So what you'll do is you'll make sure that the bag is right side out, meaning this blue tag is on the outside. You'll take off the clips, set those aside, and then begin putting the bag onto the frame. What you want to do is you want to make sure the blue tag lines up with this part in the center of the frame. It doesn't matter which side, as long as it's in the center of the long side. That way the bag isn't pulled in any weird ways, and that everything fits the way it's supposed to. To make sure that you pull the elastic around underneath this lip right here, so that way it kind of holds on tight. You can see the blue tags in the middle. Then you will take all of the excess material, make sure it's all sitting in the center so this side is fairly flat, and then pull everything to the middle so you have the corner sitting like this. You'll put it on this way, and then just slightly adjust here. This is what it looks like when it's done correctly. A lot of times I've seen people do this. That is wrong, because you have your corners flopping around out here. It's not going to fit very well inside the machine. You're not going to get the best clean possible. Just make sure you pull everything tight. Slip this on over the corners. And then you can kind of pull out from the middle a little bit just to make sure everything is good to go. This machine does have two bags, so you're going to want to make sure that you have both of them done properly before you start to work with the rest of the machine. Alright, so this is our Dolphin. We named him Flipper because he's a dolphin. So the three main things you got to know about parts of the machine. This is the machine itself, this is his cord, and this is his power cord. This one doesn't go in the water, that one does because it's blue. So when you're going to take him out, what I usually like to do is I'll take about 6 loops off of the thing. It's best to just grab them from one side and put them on your arm so you can count. 6 is just a good consistent number, so that way I always know that I have enough cord to like drop them in the water. This works on either side. Then I'll just sort of place the cord right here where I don't have to worry about it getting all tangled and stuff. And then I'll pick up Flipper. When you pick up Flipper, you always want to hold him on either side. Lift with your legs, not your back. And then walk him over. You'll set him down pretty close to the edge of the pool. And then you'll flip him up. Then you're going to put in his bags that we did earlier. Take one bag, snuggle it in. You're going to want to put this side in the center under first, so that way you can get the metal bar in. If you do it the opposite way, you won't be able to do it. Then you do it again. Cool. Then once that's done, you'll flip them back down. Pick them up again. And then make sure that you set them in the water. You want to put them in gently, and then you want to lower him in. And make sure that you get as much of the air out of him as possible. This is most important when you put him in on the deep end. But if he's going to be in any kind of deep water, it's best to just make sure that you try and get as much air out of him, so that way he doesn't have a lot of air passing through his filters. The pressure won't get to him, all that good stuff. And then once you do that, you go ahead and drop him in. and then you will lower in the rest of the line that you pulled out earlier. So that way when he sinks to the bottom, he doesn't pull on his own line at all. That's really bad for him. And then we'll come back over here, now that we have him in the water, and we'll just start unlooping coils. I find that the best way to do this, and the reason it's important to put him away neatly, is just by grabbing it like this and keeping them on your forearm. That way they don't get all tangled. When you throw them in the water, you don't have to worry about the machine taking extra time or potentially getting stuck trying to untangle itself. Yeah. When you get to the last coil, I leave this one on just so that way he doesn't pull too much on himself right here. Just leave this on, and then you can kind of drop this as you go, just so that way you can get closer to the end of the pool. Then what you'll do is you'll step on the line, not with all your body weight, but just enough to hold it right here, and then you'll just throw the line out. You want to aim down the lane so you don't cross over the lane dividers. You'll just throw it in like this. Then you'll come back over here. He'll take his plug and you'll put it in this wall outlet. You'll hit his power button right here, and then you'll take his remote off of the side, and you'll walk over to the edge of the pool. You'll hit this power button, and then when the screen's ready, you'll hit this button. You can tell up here in the corner he has enough bars that he can have the remote talk to him. So then you'll hit this center OK button, and it'll make a noise. When it makes the da-da-da noise, that means that he's received the command, and then you just watch him in the water to make sure the flipper's ready to go. He'll start in one direction. He won't stop or start turning too much. He might climb up a wall, but if he starts doing that, you know that he's received the instruction, he's good to go. If he doesn't do that, just try with the remote 1 or 2 more times. But usually he gets it if you just wait a second. There he goes, up the wall. And so you know the flipper's good to go, and you're done.